Okay, so today we're going to do something a little different.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. So we're going to deep dive into this podcast.
Oh,
It's called Math's Mantra by Naveen Sir. And it's all about making math more engaging.
nice.
Yeah.
Ah,
And I found it really interesting.
cool.
A lot of people, they kind of have this fear of math.
Yeah.
Like they just think, oh, it's too difficult. It's not for me.
Yeah.
And this podcast, it really tackles that head on, you know?
Right.
I think one of the things it points out is that so many people, they think math is just completely separate from their lives.
Totally.
They don't see the connection.
Yeah, it's just something you do in school and then you forget about it.
Exactly. And then it's like, why bother?
Yeah.
But the thing is, math is literally everywhere.
It's everywhere you look.
Yeah, like I was thinking about the other day, just like budgeting.
Right.
You need math for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're tracking your income expenses, making sure you're not overspending.
Yeah. And cooking too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like if you want to double a recipe,
Have a recipe.
yeah, you need to know your ratios and proportions.
For sure.
And then even shopping,
Oh,
like comparing prices, figuring out discounts.
sales tax, all that stuff.
Yeah, like all that stuff is math.
You're using it all the time without even realizing it.
And then what about when you travel?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
Distances, currency conversions,
Mhm.
time zones.
it's everywhere.
Math is the language of the universe.
It really is.
It is.
But this podcast, it goes beyond just telling us where math is.
Right.
It suggests like we can actually make math fun.
Yes.
Yeah, like remember that example in the podcast where they talk about like solving an escape room,
Oh, yeah, that was a cool one.
like using equations to unlock clues.
Yeah, instead of just like sitting there doing worksheets.
Right. And it's not just escape rooms,
Oh, wow.
They talk about like all kinds of games and puzzles.
Board games, card games, online games.
Yeah, and even hands-on activities.
Building stuff.
Yeah, it's all about making math like a positive experience.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't dread it.
And I think that ties into the whole idea of having a growth mindset.
Oh yeah, the growth mindset, that's so important.
It is, because a lot of people, they just think, oh, I'm not a math person.
Right?
But this podcast is like, no, no, no. You can improve.
You can get better.
Exactly. It's all about effort and practice.
And celebrating those small victories.
Yes.
Like when you finally understand something.
It's such a good feeling.
Yeah, it really is. And you know what I found really fascinating about this podcast
What's that?
was how they use storytelling.
Oh, yeah. The storytelling was amazing.
Yeah, like did you know about the Fibonacci sequence?
I've heard of it.
It's this pattern that shows up everywhere in nature.
Really?
Yeah, it's like sunflower seeds, the spiral of a nautilus shell.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's like this hidden code in the universe.
That's incredible.
And that's just one example. You know,
Yeah.
they talk about the lives of famous mathematicians.
Right. Like putting a human face on math.
Yeah, it just makes it so much more relatable.
Totally.
And ultimately, I think what Math's Mantra is trying to show us is that math is not just about formulas.
Right.
It's about patterns. It's about critical thinking. It's about problem solving.
And those are skills that you can use in every aspect of your life.
Exactly.
Whether you're a student or you're, running your own business or just navigating the world.
Yeah, so to sum it up, I think Math's Mantra really gives us this toolkit of strategies to make math more accessible and engaging.
Absolutely.
And it's not about becoming some kind of math genius overnight.
No.
It's about changing your perspective,
Yeah.
seeing the beauty and the power of math.
And realizing that it can actually be fun.
Yes. So I have a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Where in your life could you use math more creatively?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like think about your hobbies, your work, the way you see the world.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, I bet you'll be surprised.
I bet I will.
Math can be pretty amazing when you approach it with an open mind.
Definitely.
Yeah, and a sense of adventure.
Adventure, I like that. I'm going to go on a math adventure today.
I think you should.
All right. Thanks for the tip.
You got it.